Thank you, Dr. Hackford, for that introduction. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On the agenda tonight, I would like to take you to three different places: to Newport, Kentucky, Berea, Kentucky, and Ireland, then to Eastern Kentucky. But the abilities I have selected is 3 out of the 6. And the 3 abilities I'll concentrate on tonight is engaging complexity and uncertainty, recognizing opportunity, and advocating change. So I would like to share with you where I am from. So as you can see, I'm from zooming down from a town about 15,000. Within 5 minutes you can get to any city. So, and here I am in a city of 23,000 about, in Berea, Kentucky, where we are today. So, this is me doing homecoming of my senior year in high school. Who will I become? What will I do? This is my thinking what if face. So, this brings me to engaging complexity and uncertainty, my next ability. So, sophomore year, I became a candidate, got accepted into the EPG program. During that summer, I had no idea what I would do, who my partners would be on the team, even though I've seen these people around campus. Did not know how that would work out, nor would I go into Eastern Kentucky on these roads and get lost. And get lost. So, after that summer, I would explore complexity and uncertainty again by leaving a town of 23,000 and making my next trip. And in order to make this trip, I had to get over some hurdles. So this was the first time I would ever take an airplane, the first time I ever negotiated my way to an airport. So in order to take this trip, I had to do that. And I'll clue you in on something. I'm scared to fly. So, scared of heights, so obviously. So this is the first time being in New York and actually leaving the country. The EPG program. And about 4,000 miles later, across the ocean, I land in Ireland. Ireland is a country of 4 million people. Smaller airport than Cincinnati and JFK. And then from there, a bus ride to Galway, a 2-hour bus ride. Now I want you to look at the view of this city. That is 73,000 right there. So, first part of the trip, uncertainty. When I arrived in Galway, I did not have no idea where I would live. So I met my advisor, and this is the apartment complex I ended up, and this is what 72,000 people would look like. And this is St. Patrick's Day, when it's a national holiday, so no school, no labor. This is everybody in the city. So talk about a total change, a total difference from being from a town of 20,000 and going to a town of 72,000, and guess where I would go next? That is what I had to find out. Where was I going to spend my summer to do my direct field experience internship? And how was I going to find an internship from being abroad and being 4,000 miles away and 4 hours ahead of time? So what do you recognize these two as? These symbols?
Skype, Facebook.
Facebook. Okay, so and this is Media. It's an Irish phone company. So this was my communication for 6 months. Was Facebook, Skype, or just media within the country, because international roaming is expensive. So I actually did a job interview for Woodford Mission on Skype. So that was the use of it, and my supervisor, Tim Crawford, and I was in connection since before the semester. I planted a seed when Mr. Cook took us on a nonprofit leadership in Appalachian course, and that is where I will end up being. And so this is the trip back, and the trip takes, well, what you're seeing is it in quicker time than half a day. This is a half of a day trip. So you can obviously see some culture shock in my past 2 trips. And the semester in Ireland ended on May 29th, so I actually started my internship in the second semester here, the second summer, I mean, here, on June 20th. So this is Whitburn Mission. This is an area view of where I was actually in the mountains. Pretty huge change from a city of 72,000. And in a total county, Clay County, is 23,000. So that's the size compared to Boya, the city of Boya. And 80% of this county is rural. So here I go to Whitburn Mission, and there was a lot of uncertainty, and I was not clear what I was going to do. And before I went, previously I heard there was a financial crisis, that the school was going to be closed here in the school. So I had an assumption that I would go in where it was very tense into an organization that is very tense if it's doing a financial crisis, and the changes that would come from that. So before I go into it, I can safely say that Whitburn Mission is no longer in a financial crisis, and I would like to share with you the organizational structure of Whitburn. So this is the complexity, is that this is a rural non-profit organization that serves 3 counties, Bell, Clay, Leslie. These are the poorest counties in eastern Kentucky, and they serve, within community outreach, they serve over 14,000 a year. And this section can be broken down into the programs on family aid, elderly aid, community aid, and women and children's aid. So I had to learn all of this within 2 weeks of actually working in development. So there it is. So the next ability I'll come to is recognizing opportunity. The first summer I recognized opportunity after the moment rather than in the moment. And from that, I was able to learn the value of community members. This is Lisa from Jackson, Kentucky, where she helped us learn nascent entrepreneurs. And then the other value I learned is to take the road less traveled, which we ended up where on an elk reservation, which you cannot see too well, but this is with my team here. So apart from that, I learned how to be on a mission and succeed with a mission that summer, and the team building schools. So the next part of recognizing opportunity is I actually learned to become a tourist. So instead of just being on a mission, search for nascent entrepreneurs without someone to guide us, I actually learned to be a tourist. And with recognized opportunity, I actually learned to do this in the moment and before the moment. Right here is Villa Maria, the lady I sat next to on the plane. She owns this bed and breakfast. So by staying in touch with her, I actually got to know her story and went on a visit. So once again, we took a road less traveled, and we ended up getting lost. And because of the previous EPG experience, I was comfortable enough to get lost and make a positive outcome. And it was enriching, and this is what we found: an old cemetery in Ireland, and it was a cemetery she always wanted to see, and we explored the cemetery. So from that, that's just one of my many travels. And this right here is my study abroad group, and this is another community member. He's actually an on-site academic advisor, and who showed us into the apartment and where we live. So that's on that. So then I came to Whitburn from Galway Island and recognizing opportunities. So I seen an opportunity. I jumped right in on the first week to prepare for a celebration of legacy, their 90th anniversary on July 1st. And that is this picture right here is of the concert.